Bro. All Varian had to do was just raise his right hand, bro, and just slap the piss out of Jaina. I don't, bro. No, bro. No. Jaina said all that hot shit, all that peace shit when it was convenient. Now that her homeland has been bombed, now she's on her Eren Yeager saga. Bro, you just threw away everything you fought to build. Hypocritical, and yet you called Varian a coward. Bro, no, bro, fuck Jaina. Bro, someone slap this bitch, bro. Someone please slap her. Someone in this series. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Garrosh. I don't care if it's Varian. I don't care if it's Anduin. I don't care if it's Malperion. Someone slapped the piss out of Jaina. This bitch has been such a thorn in my ass, and I barely know anything of her. That's wild. This character doesn't even exist, and yet she, bro. Alright guys, you know what time it is. We're back doing it with the homie Nobbel Varian Wrynn. We gotta finish this thing up. We're getting close. We're like an hour in. We have like an hour and a half left. In the last one, I don't exactly remember how Nobbel, like I said like I said in the last one, I'm not sure when Nobbel is going to end this chapter of it, but even if it's close, we're still going to go into the next chapter, so we're going to kind of realign ourselves. So I think this is where I kind of stopped, where Varian, he was meeting with the, the leader of, Gul'dan, and, there was a camaraderie. They brought them into the alliance. They patched things up from, when when Varian was in his hood mode. So, it's cool. We're about there. Sit back, relax, and get your snacks. Let's rock.
And a letter to his father, telling him that he wanted to assure him that
was not perfect where I stopped that, but
he would return to Stormwind. Varian wondered if Malfurion or Toronto were responsible for this, but they had nothing to do with it. This happy news was from Anduin all by himself, and on Remembrance Day, a yearly holiday in which the Alliance honors the great heroes of the past, Anduin finally returned home. There was still a rift between father and son. Varian still had doubts about Anduin being...
Bro, what the fuck is this in the back? What is this? I guess it's like some, like, the blue aspect or something? I don't know.
Ready to lead the kingdom. At his age, he had already mastered the sword and was ready to meet Alliance enemies in the battlefield, while Anduin was still on the quest of finding out who he really was and what his place was within the circle. This rift would need healing, and it was Archbishop Benedictus who had a gift for both the king and the prince. He invited the king to meet him at Tiffin's memorial, while he brought Anduin himself, not mentioning that his father would actually be there. The gift was finishing a quest given to him long ago by Varian, finding the key to Tiffin's locket. Varian felt something moving deep within him.
Damn.
Thank you, Benedictus.
Bro, he finally finished that quest after all this time. Easy XP. But I mean, it's very delayed.
Man, I hesitate to think what I do without you. The Archbishop bowed his head. Please, allow me to leave you to it. He turned to go, and as he did, he waved his arm once more. Peace be with you both, he said, and he
you too, brother.
Down
you
the
too.
path into a grove of trees. Varian stood there, turning the silver key over and over, wondering about the Archbishop's strange farewell. Finally, he noticed that Anduin was watching him. All the harsh things he wanted to say to his son, they were of no consequence now. He realized only one thing was true. Anduin was more important than all of it. It was so clear. The king gave both the locket and the key to his son. They remembered Tiffin, dearly beloved wife and sorely missed mother. The unspoken words finally came out of them. Varian had been blind in seeing the man that Anduin has become. Was becoming. While Anduin spoke the words he had always wanted to say. He wished so much that he was more like his father. He wants to be a great king, but
they're having a moment.
He's not as strong. He wiped his tears angrily, as if they were a sign of weakness. Varian put his arm around his son. No, Anduin. You have more courage than I do, and it flows from a place deep within your heart. Remember what your Uncle Magni used to say? Strength comes in many forms.
Wow.
They both repeated the last part of the line in unison. Both small and large. Varian and son are each on their own journey.
I'm guessing that was the actual voice line.
In this moment, they healed the rift that had grown between them. Varian wished that the moment could last forever, but he knew that it could not. Looking up, he scanned his surroundings. So, tell me, from what direction do you think the ambush will come? Those that have played during the Cataclysm, you might remember fighting Archbishop Benedictus in the Hour of Twilight dungeon.
Oh, dude, that's a sick sword.
Coming of Deathwing, he had looked into the eyes of the dragon, and he had despaired. He turned away from the church and joined the Twilight's Hammer cult, which had now shown up to close the trap around Anduin and Varian.
Damn!
The prince and the king
Not
would
the
not go down
Archbishop?
without a fight, though. Logash did everything in his power to defend his son, while Anduin shot arrow after arrow, aiding his father in taking out the assassins. However, there was a summer...
Bro, why does this remind me of damn Kratos and Atreus? Like Atreus has the little fucking bow and shit, while, you know, Kratos is like the damage dealer. Bro, that's crazy.
All his efforts in creating a portal. Something big was summoned into Stormwind, and despite their best efforts, they were unable to stop him in time. Before them was the biggest Draconid they had ever seen. The enormous half-dragon, half-man monster was adorned from head to tail in colossal purple armor, bearing the marks of the Twilight's Hammer cult. Its thick plates burning with protection spells. Father and son, with their backs against the wall, they tried to bring the beast down, but he was simply too much. Anduin fired the last of his arrows into the beast, but they were like gnats on a knoll. He could only watch in anguish as his father tried
useless
to deflect the enormous...
Bro, first of all, who gave Anduin a fucking bow? Who gave this man a bow and arrow? He's the Prince of Stormwind. And you guys give him a fucking bow and arrow? Bro, in a time where you got axes and swords and fucking pit lords, you're gonna give this man a
monster, trying to keep his son safe from the axe whistling down with savage glee. Varian felt the burning bite of the blade slice through his armor and then continued deep into his ribcage. The violent impact slammed the king to the ground.
Damn!
His eyes never left Anduin as he sought to make sure that his child was free from harm. Their gazes met, and Varian's eyes softened with relief that his son was unhurt. But as the dust settled, Anduin's own stare grew wide with horror at what he saw. Varian lay sprawled and twisted, with the Draconid's axe buried deep in his chest. Anduin let out a wail of anguish as the moment stretched out like an eternity. Varian looked deep into his son's eyes and let him know that everything was alright. This is how it always ends with Wrynn kings. The Draconid stood over Varian and laughed as the Broken King coughed and pleaded with his stare for Anduin to do him one last favor. Run, Varian whispered as a cool and gentle blackness slowly enveloped him. Let me be the last to pay this price. The creature sneered down at the king, pulling the axe out of Varian's chest. It was a strangely numb tug. There was no more pain, no more sadness. Varian knew that he would die as he had lived. The creature raised a wet blade overhead, its notched and bloody surface glistening in the setting sun. How peaceful it is here, Tiffin. But Anduin wasn't about to leave his father's side. With arms wide to the sky, a golden nova of holy energy forced the monster to retreat as the prince advanced, strong and fearless, like a king. As Anduin shouted the word "Barrier," the graveyard seemed to blur and shimmer around the king and the prince. His affinity to the light, his faith, was his only weapon.
I still need to play Hearthstone. Give your minions Divine Shield
right now, and it was powerful enough to keep the creature away. As the Draconic charged, the boy stood firm, surrounded by an aura of holy light.
Holy
he opened
shit.
his palms to the sky and spoke the words to dispel magic. With each word, the earth resonated.
Silence all enemy minions. Draw a card. Huh, silence. I don't know what silence is. Silence? I guess that means put them in defensive? Like, I don't know.
With energy, shaking the gravestones and sending a ripple across the surface of the lake.
Bro, I just realized Anduin is having his like Gohan moment, just like in like the first season. I guess the Saiyan saga with with Gohan. Oh fuck, what was it? When who was it that he kind of headbutted? I think it was Raditz. It was Raditz. That's right, because Raditz was like stomping at Goku's ass, and Gohan just popped off, bro. He popped off. He charged at him, just straight up headbutted his ass, man. Damn, shit was good. Rip Toriyama. Rip the legend.
Ash of fire exploded from the sky and hit the Draconic as he rushed in. The inferno blinded the beast, and he stumbled toward the serene silhouette of Anduin, the hideous creature screaming in both pain and rage. As the Draconic fell, his armor quickly faded to a dull gray.
Yeah, I just realized this man has freaking holy power. He can just heal. He can just heal his dad. Like, wait, if Anduin is such in tune with the light, why didn't he do all this? Well, he is a pacifist. That's the thing with pacifists, man. Like, they have to be pushed in order to act. And like sometimes if you sometimes your act will be too late to where you can't even save someone. So I understand Anduin's thought process and like his whole, I guess, identity to be more in line of, you know, being that type of healer priest kind of guy. But damn, man, like there's a point in time where you have to kind of prevent shit from happening so you don't have to heal shit. You know, it's kind of like putting up a barrier. It's kind of like in Final Fantasy 14 being like a sage. I love Sage. I love being like a Sage healer. Like you actually prevent the damage before the damage happens. So when the damage occurs, the barrier, shit, it gets struck first. So like it mitigates the actual damage.
Dark magics. At the last possible moment, it was Varian who lunged forwards with everything that he had left in his body, and he struck the beast down. Somewhere in his mind, Varian could hear a scream that was half a battle cry, half agony, but he wasn't sure if it had come from him or the creature. Then everything went black.
Damn!
Far away, Varian felt Anduin was there. He opened his eyes to see his son holding him, the boy's tears mixing with the king's pooling blood. "I am so sorry, father." Anduin managed through his tears. Varian opened his eyes again and tried to smile. "No, it is I who am sorry."
Bro, this, you know, this should be real great as a, you know, a Netflix series. But, I mean, I guess, I don't know, maybe they just don't want to put, you know, actual good masculine men inside, you know, positive roles, you know, being father figures. I mean, who am I, man? I'm just probably just spitballing. I'm probably just talking out my ass. You know, maybe Netflix, with all the shit that they've put on their website, maybe they don't want to show, you know, men being good, strong men. I don't know. Again, I'm probably just talking I don't know. I'm just reacting to a video, just talking out my ass. Maybe I'm onto something, maybe I'm not. That's up for you to decide.
Not seeing earlier what you are, what you've always been. I am so proud that you are my son. Varian reached up with his bloody hand to touch the boy's smeared cheek. "Do not mourn for me, Anduin. This has always been my fate. Do not let it be yours."
Bro, he can heal you.
"No, this is not how it ends." He shook the king. "Do you hear me, father?
Damn right.
The Wrynn prince will not again watch the loved one die before him. This is not our fate." Anduin screamed into the sky, and the clouds seemed to part in sympathy. The prince closed his eyes and slowly began to chant. At first, it was a soft and gentle sound, but as his voice rose in crescendo, it became a beautiful and powerful song. As the words came, his hands began to glow with light. Faint at first, then brighter and brighter, until it was competing even with the setting sun, bathing the entire cemetery in shadowless light of midday.
Bro, this would be really cool. This would be so fucking cool if it was a game. But I've seen some stuff that people have done with AI. Bro, imagine, man. Imagine if just someone, bro, I wish I could do it. I honestly wish I was as proficient with AI as some of the like actual content creators that I've seen. But I do this shit myself. I just do it myself.
The song reached a fever pitch, and the young priest lifted his eyes and voiced to the heavens, calling to the very heart of the cosmos for a source of divine power. Suddenly, liquid rays brighter than 1,000 suns burst from Anduin's fingertips, penetrating the king's body and painting everything in a brilliant yellow glow.
Holy
Varian's
shit.
entire being was rocked by an influx of pure light, and at the center of it all was Anduin, holding his father close, while a vortex of infinite beauty danced between them. Then, in sharp contrast to the intense swirling energy billowing all around, the prince began to speak with a melodious and gentle voice as he carefully laid his hands on the immobile king's forehead and quietly, peacefully began to pray. Now, there's a bit of a discussion as to what exactly happened here. Some say that this is describing a massive healing spell or something like lay on hands.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I think that this is one of the few canon moments in which resurrection was actually used in the story. Anduin bringing his father back from the dead, breaking the tradition of the Wrynn child having to see the father die. Father and son went side by side through the cataclysm, but Varian himself didn't have a massive role to play as the story that focused more on Thrall and taking on Deathwing. Meanwhile, War Chief Garrosh was ready to carve out the world that he envisioned, with his next target being...
You guys have a grasshopper in game as a mount? Wait, is this retail? I think this is a retail. Yeah, this looks like... I don't know where this is. Is this the docks? No? I don't know where this is. It doesn't look like the docks.
Proudmoore. He summoned his horde troops to lay siege upon Proudmoore City, to which Bane he sent Petter Stormhoof to...
Oh, that's Proudmoore. Oh, okay.
About
So yeah,
the coming
this has to
fight.
be
He would not forsake his
classic.
duties to
This
the
looks
horde,
like
but he
classic.
could also not live with himself if he didn't give it a fair warning, since she had been an ally in the past and had tried to do her best to form some sort of peace between the Alliance and the horde.
Damn!
This didn't matter to Garrosh though. In fact,
Damn!
it actually helped him out, since his plan was to let Jaina get as many troops of the Alliance in as she could, which he could wipe out
I guess they're
with
just max
one
power.
single strike. They'd stolen the focusing iris from the Blue Dragonflight and had the Blood Elves turn it into a mana bomb. Naturally, Varian and the Alliance, they sent in troops to support. Even the Kirantor offered her aid, and Proudmoore was hit hard from both outside and within.
We're gonna turn this place into a sinkhole.
Jaina Proudmoore saw her city and loved ones get destroyed by Garrosh and the Horde. The mage Ronin pushed her through a portal as he drew the bomb onto himself and into their magical wards to minimize the explosion. The one who had sacrificed so much to bring the Alliance and Horde closer together, she now saw all that she believed in swept away in the tides of war.
No one can protect you. Kill the Proudmoore wench. And bring me that bomb.
Your people are despicable cowards, Orc. You're nothing more than rabid dogs, and you will be put down!
Brave words, mage. I'll spit in your face when you beg for mercy.
You spit for mercy? Then you will have none. You want carnage? Garrosh will get more blood than he ever bargained for!
Proudmoore was nothing but a crater.
Holy
Peaceful
shit!
Jaina, she's now out for blood. She picked up the focusing iris and she made her way to Stormwind to ask Varian for aid.
So that's
By
when
now,
Jaina
you can
turned,
probably
bro.
guess Varian's
Damn.
reaction. He
Damn.
told Jaina to calm down and not do anything rash. Wait, what? Varian Wrynn doesn't immediately call out for the orcs their heads? That's right. The High King of the Alliance, he's learned much in his time, and now the roles are reversed.
Now the bro,
Now
that's
it's
so
Varian
crazy.
trying to make Jaina see reason. They will strike back at the Horde, but if they're going into World War, then they'll have to do it wisely. They've got to rebuild the fleet. They lost good people at Proudmoore, which will take time to call back others from their post to fill their positions. The Horde has set up blockades around the entire continent, and they have to do this right, or else they'll just be throwing more lives away.
Right.
I don't know what happened to you, Varian Wrynn, but you've turned into a coward. And you, Anduin, I'm sorry for my part in keeping you a gullible child. There's no hope for peace. There's no time for strategy. I have their ruination in my grasp. You're a fool for not seizing the chance. They spoke her name.
Bitch. Hold on. Did Varian slap the piss out of her? Let me see. Before I say anything.
At once, father and son, so different but so oddly similar in how they stepped forward imploringly. She turned her back on both of them. Varian and Anduin.
Just like she did Arthas. Bro. All Varian had to do was just raise his right hand, bro. And just slap the piss out of Jaina. No. See, Jaina said all that hot shit, all that peace shit when it was convenient. Now that her homeland has been bombed, now she's on her Eren Yeager saga. Bro, you just threw away everything you fought to build. Hypocritical, and yet you called Varian a coward. Bro, no, bro, fuck Jaina. Bro, someone slap this bitch, bro. Someone please slap her. Someone in this series. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Garrosh. I don't care if it's Varian. I don't care if it's Anduin. I don't care if it's Malfurion. Someone slapped the piss out of Jaina. This bitch has been such a thorn in my ass, and I barely know anything of her. That's wild. This character doesn't even exist, and yet bro. There's something that the Joker said in The Dark Knight that is so fucking true that I don't even think the writers, I guess they didn't know. I remember when he said, you see, madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push. Bro. That's all it took, bro. All it took is one bad day. And look how fast this bitch changed. Wow. And it was Varian trying to keep the peace. Varian out of everyone. Varian Wrynn. Bro. And this dude has black Air Force energy. Pitch black.
talked long into the evening. The man who had once identified with Jaina's new attitude and the boy who quailed from it talked about what grief and loss could do to someone, talked about what war and violence as well could do. Even Anduin could see that they had to attack the Horde. They had shown them what they were willing to do, and they must prevent them from harming more innocent people, but they didn't have to do it with hate in their hearts. The king swelled with pride at his son's words. He had not expected such acceptance, reluctant though it was from Anduin. He was honestly surprised that he himself hadn't shared Jaina's feelings, and realized how far he had come from the man he had once been. He had made great progress, and perhaps one day would even be as wise as his son. For now though, the Alliance prepared their fleet, and Anduin he had requested to stay within Stormwind until the fleet had sailed. After which, he would return to his studies with the Draenei. In the meantime, Jaina went on with her own plans, using the focusing iris to strike Orgrimmar hard and fast. They would no doubt be celebrating their victory, all gathered in one place, leaving them open for a tidal wave that Jaina was planning to release on all those inside. The men, women and children, all of Orgrimmar would die. She spent her days gathering the elemental force of water, who screamed out in protest. World Shaman Thrall heard them calling out to him, and together with the Blue Dragon Caligos, he was able to make Jaina see reason that this was not the way. Garrosh is a thief and a coward and a butcher, but she was doing precisely what he had, right down to using the same artifacts and had obliterated Faramore.
Exactly, so that makes you no better than him. Like the fuck? Dude, this bitch was gonna kill children. Innocent children that had nothing to do with this. They're just existing. They probably don't, their frontal cortex probably hasn't even evolved. They probably don't even know what life is yet. And you're gonna wipe them off the face of the fucking planet. Because I can understand if Jaina was specifically going after Garrosh. Cool, I get that. But don't ever bring innocent people in your bullshit, bro. Bro, what the fuck? What's wrong with this bitch? Bro, and yet Thrall, bro, he was so gracious that he reasoned with her. Bro, I thought Thrall would, well, again, I guess that would make Thrall just as bad as Jaina. Well, no, but what I was meaning to say is, I wonder if Thrall would have flipped his shit as well and tried to just cut Jaina off, just cut her head off at the shoulders. Would that make her just as bad as Garrosh and just as bad as Jaina going into her attempt to murder children? But damn, bro. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
This is not truly what she wished to do. She didn't want to become a Garrosh or even an Arthas, and their words were able to change her mind. She would not use this tidal wave that she'd created to wipe out Orgrimmar. Instead, she would use it to defend her people, since in the meantime, Varian and the Alliance fleet...
Nah, bro. Once you committed to you've committed to butchering kids, I would keep a watch. I hope they put a 24-hour fucking watch on Jaina Proudmoore. That bitch is unstable. Nah, bro. Even if you talk no jutsu it, bro. Even if there's still a possibility.
It also made the way to Orgrimmar, and despite all their clever planning, Garrosh had his own tricks to use against them. He had his shaman raise Kraken from the deep. Kraken with huge tentacles that whipped about vessels, closing around it in a parody of a loving embrace. The war chief did not just send creatures of the deep to do his fighting. He too, Gorha on hand, jumped into the fight. For the third time, Varian and Garrosh clashed their weapons, and 3 times too many for Garrosh's taste. This time, he would finish the job, kill Varian and all that he loved. He would march onto Stormwind, take his precious boy, slap him into chains, and parade him through Orgrimmar.
Damn!
He fought to anger the King of Stormwind, that the human would explode in fury, fighting wildly instead of well. To his astonishment, Varian merely grinned, dodging the swing of the axe, measuring his next step. And it might surprise you, he said. Even lovers of peace despise cowards. Their battle was once again interrupted, this time by a Kraken, and Varian saw that despite the Horde fleet being vastly outnumbered, Garrosh's tactics of using the Kraken, it was doing insane amounts of damage to the fleet. They would have probably lost the whole fleet, was it not for Jaina riding on Caligos' back and sending her water elementals to save the fleet. She had not expected them to be there. She thought that they would focus on breaking the blockade at Darkshore or Faramor's strongholds. If she had truly sent out her tidal wave, then she would have destroyed both Orgrimmar and the whole Alliance fleet. Luckily, that didn't happen, and Jaina was able to turn the tide of battle. She and the Alliance were able to defeat the Horde and reclaim Northwatch Hold. Jaina would move on to take a position as leader of the Kinotaur. She would replace Ronin, while Varian returned home to his city to rebuild their fleets and plan out the war. Garrosh was forced to call for the full retreat, bring his ships home from their blockades, and lick his wounds. He could not believe that this had happened, but he wasn't ready to give up either. Quite the opposite. He would simply
look at that art, bro.
War. It was no
this man just pure muscle. Pure muscle. There's not a 1% of fat on this man. It's just raw muscle.
about just claiming Kalimdor. He wanted to see the Alliance wiped out and Wrynn dead at his feet. A war not for control of a single continent, but for the conquest of this very world. A war that would find its way into previously hidden lands, as Anduin's ship, presumably on its way to bring it back to the Draenei, it finds itself under fire and shipwrecks on the land of Pandaria.
We've made a thorough inspection of the wreckage, Your Majesty. There is no sign of Admiral Taylor or his ship.
200 ships at my disposal, yet the one carrying my son goes missing. What of their last message? Show me whatever you have.
We have been drawn off course. Horde air fleet. Many casualties. Shipwrecked on an uncharted isle. But the White Pawn is accounted for. Repeat, the White Pawn is safe.
Anduin.
Surprise attack! Requesting immediate, if anyone's received.
Sir, the 7th Fleet has already been dispatched, but it could take weeks before it...
There's no time to waste. We'll send a small elite force to secure this new land.
Holy.
And bring back my son.
Holy shit.
An elite force, amongst them members of the SI7
the
and
bandits.
players, including the Pandaren from the Wandering Isle, who were recently accepted into the Alliance after kicking the crap out of Varian. They're sent out to recover Prince Anduin.
Oh, wait a minute. Varian lost the pandas? But he can tie with Garrosh? Nah, I think I heard that wrong.
An elite force, amongst them members of the SI7 and the players, including the Pandaren from the Wandering Isle, who were recently accepted into the Alliance after kicking the crap out of Varian. They're sent out to recover Prince Anduin, while the rest of the fleet, they take a little bit longer to get there. Garrosh is informed about this new land, and he also sends his Horde forces in, but not to recover Anduin. Instead, he wants...
Redirect the invasion fleet. General, you and your best veterans will pave our way. Storm the shore, and paint this new continent red!
The war between the Alliance and Horde has made its way to Pandaria, and this is probably the worst place to fight it out, since the land is infected with a dark force known as the Shah. Our negative emotions, they empower the Shah, causing massive devastation to the land and all kinds of problems for the people of Pandaria. The Alliance does eventually track down Anduin, while also cleaning up the mess that we made, and 2 months later, Garrosh and his Horde forces, as well as Varian and the fleet, they finally arrive in Pandaria.
Holy shit. Bro, they came through deep. They rode in deep. Got the gnomes. Got it. Everyone's there. This is endgame. Everyone's here.
The king asked for the adventurers to help him with setting up the Alliance base and learning the ways of the land. With that came a little lesson in patience for both the king and Tyrande Whisperwind.
We have them cornered inside the temple. We should strike now.
Things are rarely what they seem, Tyrande. And my son tells me this is a sacred place.
All the more reason to purify it.
Ooh.
They're defending
Pretty
a fixed
bird.
position. I'm not gonna play their game. We'll draw them out.
You are wasting precious time.
You three are my eyes and ears. Fan out! Prepare a defense!
A test. A trial of patience. Will the wolf behave as a warrior or a king?
Commander Skargash and the Horde
Wise
forces,
Crane.
they've taken over the blessed temple of Chi-Ji, the Red Crane. It's up to us to get them out. Tyrande wants to charge in head first and root them out as fast as possible, but Varian is a little bit more cautious. He's fought Garrosh enough times to know that things don't always are what they seem to be, so he has us gather resources and place a few traps.
They're coming. Get behind the defenses.
Oh.
Alliance dogs, where are your teeth?
Come out and count them, coward. There's no army here. Only a handful of heroes stand between you and the King of Stormwind. Are you afraid?
Bring up the bloods!
Attack!
Holy shit, bro. Dude, they're just dropping in from the
massive
sky.
force was ready to ambush us, but Varian, he's able to turn the tables, play on the orcs' sense of pride, and draw them right into our traps.
Damn, he activated the trap card.
Wow, you don't mess around with a Pandaren, and after taking out the bulk of the forces without sacrificing a single life, only a handful of the Kor'kron and the commander are left.
Just lit them on
They
fire.
quickly fall, and the temple is saved.
The day is ours, and not a drop of blood was shed on holy ground.
I would have charged right in. Many more lives would have been lost.
Yeah.
In my rush.
See, bro, it's crazy how these hoes they're just irrational, bro. It's just irrational, too emotional to think critically. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that on a lore video about Varian Wrynn, but you know what I'm saying.
There was a time when I would have done the same.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've learned a lot over the years.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference. Varian learned.
Too many of Garrosh's tricks. From now on, we define the terms of this engagement. Tyrande, I may not be a politician, but I am a fighter. I know we can win this war. We need to stand together. You have to trust me. Know that I will do the right thing. If we act as one, we cannot fail.
I see that now. Our strength is yours to command, High King. May this be the first of many victories.
That's all you had to do. Just put your trust in the man that knows.
A sword is the weapon of a warrior, but patience is the weapon of kings. This day brings victory.
Yo, this crane is spitting.
Difficult trials lie ahead.
Yo, this crane is spitting facts.
Throughout our questing, we figure out that Garrosh is after the Divine Bell, an ancient Mogu artifact.
Oh, yeah. And we all know how that kind of ended.
Varian also tries to convince Jaina to use the Kirin as a weapon against the Horde, but despite what has happened with Proudmoore, Jaina isn't willing. She spent her time talking with Caligos about power and how it should be used.
Every day I ask myself, what's the right thing to do? Anduin, you know more than anyone. It's important to separate the Horde from its people. The Sun Reavers still operate within this city. Alliance and Horde work together. As long as we stay above the war, then there's hope for the world as a whole.
Oh, now she's bringing back that hope shit. Now she's bringing back that hope bullshit.
I see our city as a beacon of light showing the way. If we can trust one another here, then there's hope for the rest of the world.
Their city could be a beacon of light, showing the way for all, but that mindset would soon enough change. The Alliance was able to track down the Divine Bell before the Horde got their hands on it, and they stored it within Darnassus so that its power could not be used. The Sun Reavers within the Kirin, they were then used by Garrosh to infiltrate Darnassus, steal the bell, and bring it back to Garrosh. Jaina finds out about this, and she's not happy to be betrayed from within once again. She gives the order to purge Gul'dan without talking to Varian first, shattering his plans for the future.
Jaina, what's happening in Dalaran? Has there been an attack?
The Kirin was betrayed from within. I've handled the situation.
How?
I've purged the Horde from Dalaran. You have what you wanted, Your Majesty.
You bitch!
The Kirin
Easy, bitch!
to the Alliance.
This can't be.
You said that.
I know what
This
I
can't
said.
be real, bro.
My trust was misplaced.
What of the Sin'dorei, the Sun Reavers?
Those that surrendered are being taken to the Violet Hold. I make no guarantees about those who chose to fight.
Jaina, you need to talk to me before you act.
Why didn't no one watch her? No one watched this bitch. No one. How could? Yeah, man, this can't be life. This can't be life. This ain't real, bro. This is nah. I'm being pranked, bro. Where's Ashton Kutcher? Nah, there's no fucking way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Like, who would have thought that Jaina would flip shit again? Who would have thought? Jesus Christ, bro. See, this is what happens when you put this is what happens when you put too much faith in people willing to butcher kids.
How I run the Kirin is my business.
Bro, this is
trying to
dictatorship, bro.
negotiate with the Sin'dorei. I was opening discussions to bring them into the Alliance. By attacking their people, you forced their hand.
They chose their own path.
How?
You've driven them back to the Horde.
You're fooling yourself. Once Horde, always Horde. I see that now. I'm mobilizing the Kirin Tor.
Jaina, we've got to work together on this. The Alliance
Kill her.
must act as
Kill her.
one.
Nah, she's a threat, bro. Kill her.
Don't get soft on me, Varian.
Meanwhile, Anduin goes about research.
Bro, someone, please, bro, someone. There has to be someone in this whole fucking game that slapped the piss out of Jaina Proudmoore. There has to be one person to do God's work. How long have I been recording, bro? I'm about to just end this shit. 33 minutes.
Searching a way to stop Garrosh, and he finds out about
Like, how
a
can
mallet
they
created
be
long
so
ago by
stupid?
Pandaren, which holds the power to turn the darkness of the Divine Bell into something good. His search leads to us freeing the Monkey King, earning his trust, finding
Yo, Wukong?
and restoring the harmonic mallet. With this weapon, the prince then confronts the war chief as he's testing out the Divine Bell on his soldiers, and Anduin actually has the balls to stop him in his tracks. But Garrosh, he isn't too happy with the prince.
Yeah, we all know how how this ended.
Has cost me a great warrior, young prince. You'll pay with your life.
That is where you are wrong, Garrosh.
Holy shit.
The Mogu made the Divine Bell to create chaos, but the Pandaren created a special mallet to turn the echoes of that chaos into perfect harmony. That mallet was hidden for thousands of years, until now.
Damn.
Well,
Yeah. Damn.
your alliance must be at its end if you're sending your children against me. I will let you live, so that you can tell your king of the price of his continued defiance.
Bro, what a dick.
Attacked my son?
Yeah, bro, he's him.
Where is he?
Anduin!
Oh, Anduin, what were you thinking? I should have sent you back to Stormwind.
Yo, Anduin was handling
He's
business.
alive, but his bones are shattered.
Send for Velen. Bring him here at once.
My king, I promise you, the Kirin Tor will come down on Garrosh so hard his ancestors will reel. Blood will pay for blood.
This crazy bitch. This crazy bitch.
I will end Garrosh for this. His horde already crumbles beneath him. We will deliver the final blow.
Yo, someone
Champion,
someone activate Leon Hands for this man.
Chief today, and won the Alliance a critical victory. But please, leave me now. I must tend to my son and prepare for our next battle.
Damn.
Anduin will take some time to heal, while Garrosh's horde is already crumbling and has been doing so for quite some time. Not everyone within the horde agrees with the direction that he has taken.
Right.
Several of them have already spoken out, especially when they saw the bombing of Fedamore, and taking the Divine Bell was not so much a choice as it was forced upon them. And then the troll leader Vol'jin, he was struck down by Garrosh's troops after speaking out. This led to the Darkspear Rebellion,
Shit.
in which Vol'jin, after healing from his
That's how
wounds,
Vol'jin-
he returned to lead the rebellion against Garrosh. The Alliance got word of this and made contact with Vol'jin, pledging their support in bringing down War Chief Garrosh. The Alliance fleet is being prepared for the siege of Orgrimmar, while Varian, he's also looking for more troops for his campaign against the Horde.
Once upon a time, moments ago in fact, a great king sought help from a trio of powerful dwarves, the Council of Three Hammers.
Holy shit.
The king's scouts had discovered that Zandalari trolls threatened the dwarven capital. Surely, the king thought, if he helped them with their troll problem, they would give him more troops for his campaign against the Horde.
Yeah, you thought.
But what the king did not realize is that the dwarves did not trust one another. "We cannot help you," said the Bronzebeard dwarf. "For if we turn our back on the Dark Irons, they will defeat the Wildhammer and take over Ironforge." "We cannot help you," said the Wildhammer dwarf. "For if we turn our back on the Dark Irons, they will defeat the Bronze.
Everyone's scared of being conquered. Valid reason.
The King was furious. If none of you help, then Ironforge will fall under siege. Only one dwarf offered to help the king. We will lend you our strength, said Moira of the Dark Iron. We will trust our dwarven brothers, and we will show them what loyalty means.
True.
And so, Moira and the High King set out into the snow to save the city, leaving the others to think about their actions.
From once being pulled out of her bed to now working together. How times can change.
Yeah.
In this scenario, we find out that the Zandalari, they're kicking up a storm. This is perfect to cover up potential ambushes and bloody disaster. Now, if we can stop the storm, then Moira will lead the Forge Guard to the top herself. So we do just that, and together, we take out Hekima the Wise, and we end the Zandalari threat to the Moreau.
Well fought. I see the Dark Irons are as formidable as ever.
That they are, King Varian. And at the service of the Alliance, I might add.
For that, I'm glad. The Bronzebeards and Wildhounds
actually working together,
not having been here to share in your glory.
Better they're grateful for the clansmen spared death on this miserable hillock. We sought to protect and impress, not to shame.
Well, you've done just that. Come, let us return to Ironforge and announce your victory to the Council.
The High King, his champions, and the Dark Iron Dwarves worked together to save Ironforge.
Nice.
The other dwarven leaders were ashamed of their behavior and vowed never again to allow fear or distrust to cloud their judgment. And so it was a human king who helped to unite the dwarven clans so long divided.
Look at that, man.
Free to trust one another, all three dwarven leaders pledged their full strength to the Alliance cause.
Holy shit.
Meanwhile,
in the city of Orgrimmar, War Chief Garrosh Hellscream sent goblin dig teams all across the continent of Pandaria. He promised gold and riches to any who could discover for him the hidden secrets of this land. That filled Pandaria with such a dark and powerful energy. To my surprise, his people have found something right here in the Sacred Vale. What will happen now?
what happens now is that Garrosh has found the heart of the old god Yashiraj, which he then drops in the sacred waters of the Vale to empower it, causing a massive explosion and destruction to the land. It's time to siege Orgrimmar and kick Garrosh out of the mantle of War Chief. Both the Alliance and Horde Rebellion work together on this, but at Bladeface Bay we discover that Vol'jin's rebellion, they were unable to secure the bay. Warlord Zayla and their Dragon Maw, they're holding the shores, and we must take out their cannons before our ships can make landfall. So that's exactly what we do.
You think you have won? We are orcs, pure of blood, commanded by the greatest war chief who ever lived. Your blood will fill this bay.
Damn.
Well done.
Theramore.
Landing parties, form up. Footmen to the front.
The Dragon Maw are supporting the war chief.
Yes, my scouts learned all about this one. Warlord Zayla.
Zayla.
Bring her proto-drake down, and the rest of the Dragon Maw will crumble.
We're going to need some serious firepower.
Commandeer those towers. Turn the anti-air batteries around and blast her from the sky. Some of you should stay behind to hold the landing zone.
Dragon Maw clan!
All you need is some mages.
And push them into the sea! In the name of Hellscream and the true Horde!
It worked! The proto-drake is falling!
Damn. Ooh, big damage. Big damage. Nice.
We've done it.
I wonder if that's a mount.
Bigger they are.
The harder they
We'll
fall.
hold the docks for the remaining landing parties. Follow the path to the gates of Orgrimmar and make contact with Vol'jin and his revolutionaries.
Wait, isn't
We'll see
Vol'jin
if
dead?
He's managed to keep up his end of the bargain.
The gates crumble, and our forces take on everything that Garrosh has to offer, from his dark shaman to his captured dinosaurs. Even the minions of the old gods are unable to hold us back, until finally, Garrosh is the only one left standing. He
Damn.
has a vision for his true horde, and will stop at nothing at making that vision a reality. But not even with the powers of an old god is he able to stop the combined might of the Alliance and the Horde, and the war chief is finally brought low.
No! It cannot end like this. What I have seen.
Wait, where did Garrosh see? Holy shit.
You disappoint me, Garrosh.
That's the second time you said that.
You are not worthy of your father's legacy.
His punishment is not for you alone to decide.
Oh, everyone.
I won't let you take him.
Everyone want peace.
We have all suffered from his atrocities. My people, more than any other. Let him stand trial in Pandaria. There, we will mete out justice for all.
Damn. A panda. A panda came in clutch.
Ugh, look at them. Already they plot against us. Seize this moment, Varian. Dismantle the Horde.
Guardsmen!
Kill Jaina. Oh.
Father, what are you doing?
What a king must do.
I will speak to your war chief.
I speak for the Horde.
Oh, Vojin's still alive, huh?
Very well. The Horde has committed heinous crimes, Vol'jin. But some among you fought against Garrosh's tyranny. For that,
trolls are fucking huge.
I'm willing to end this bloodshed. But know this. If your Horde fails to uphold honor as Garrosh did, we will end you.
Damn! Damn!
Bite working together.
Alright, guys, that's gonna leave right there. Shit, bro. Good. Good. I thought he was gonna try to, like, assassinate Vol'jin. Bro, yeah, don't listen to Jaina, man. Jaina's a bitch, bro. Fuck this chick, bro. Holy shit. That was getting good. This guy. This shit is just so wild, man. Just seeing Jaina's progression from Warcraft 3 all the way till now, man. And again, yeah, I know that the Horde has done some damage, bro, but also, like, in the Dark Knight, bro, if you're ever pointing a gun, point it at the people responsible. Like, that shit is just wild that she was just wanting to just off innocence. The way she just purged, what, Dalaran? That's the place it's called? Bro, this bitch is a bitch, bro. Bro, how the mighty have fallen. I'm getting out of here, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Damn. Damn. Crazy bitch.